Hoo-ha.
Welcome to the Fishing About reality show with your host, Matt McKinley.
This is an opening visual from Matt of the Quantum of Conscious channel on YouTube. In his 24-minute monologue today, which I think you should check out, he provides for us a recommendation on how we should handle this reality. And at this point, 2 days before a United States election that will likely help shape the direction Western civilization heads, I'll share with you a bit of my own commentary to his recommendation. Before we begin, I should tell you that Matt was an inspiration to me with my YouTube channel. My breakout video, Proof We Are in the Matrix, Hybrid Seed Mandela Affected Virtual Reality, uploaded 5 years ago, got to an insane 109,000 views. I used one of his clips as an intro, which I'll show you.
Hey guys, it's Matt. I don't talk about chemtrails much, and one of the reasons I don't, but I will today because of something that happened to me today. But one of the reasons I don't is I always kind of figured, well, I don't know what's going on. Obviously, they're there. It's very easy to see. It's not normal. I mean, it's plain as day. I thought, I don't have much to add. I don't know what it is, so why should I talk about it? But then I was thinking about it, and I thought, maybe I have a lot to add. Maybe I have a tremendous amount to add. Because one of the things I should be pointing out, and this is my general philosophy on everything, is not to repeat and parrot back the script, even of the truth or community. That is not the right way to think about things. Always think around, if it seems to be around one corner, then it's not. I mean, we know that by now. We know it's not simple. In terms of what we need to do, most likely is simple. The path we need to take, most likely is the simplest approach. But if we, as reality junkies, if we're trying to figure out what they're up to, what these George Bush creatures are up to, did one pass? So what? There was a moment of silence at the football game for his service. Really? Sorry, didn't observe that moment of silence here at home. Anyway, so if it's reality junkies, if we're trying to figure out what they're up to, then it is very complicated. It's quote end quote off-world.
Of note, the Bush funeral mysterious letters are entering the narrative again for some reason. I'm seeing more programs discuss it. This must be for a reason. So in one of Matt's most recent videos, I'll show you his central point about the reality trick, and then I'll give you my response.
0.999% of people that have ever walked what we call the earth, in my opinion, have not completely emerged from all aspects of the trick. I think we are there, or we're very close. In desperation, those that are emerging or seeing past the trick, reality throws every single fastball and curveball it has left in its arsenal in the form of conspiracy, in hundreds of topics to keep you sucked in that last aspect of the trick, to keep you distracted there before you expire and die with mud flood, Tartaria, and that's, in my opinion, where all this occult, esoteric horseshit comes in. You emerge from all aspects of the trick. Once you look around and say, this whole reality, every bit of it, other than the game board and the natural world, is designed to play a trick, then you say to yourself, this is not that hard. Why was it playing a trick? It's trying to keep me from something. So then part to the work, the worry about yourself activities, is to figure out and go do everything it was trying to keep you from. There's an organized adversary here. It's rarely talked about or never talked about in all these esoteric tomes. That means that maybe the esoteric tomes are part of the trick, but that's just me, and I'm too stupid to understand all this. Thanks for listening.
So there was a specific segment of his commentary that inspired me to respond to him, and this is that segment.
We were born into a reality that plays a trick. Most people will live out their natural lives falling for every bit of the trick. A gigantic part of the trick comes on Tuesday in the United States. Go vote. Go give your energy over to it. There are a million different permutations of the trick. Step 1, part 1.
So he's basically implying that if you exercise your due diligence as a citizen and vote, you are giving in to the reality's trick. I disagree with this. I'm going to tell you something that might change the way you think about things and change apparent fortunes. So be advised, you can turn off the video at this point. Again, what I'm about to say may change your reality, so it is okay to turn this off. Please be advised. So I myself seem to have a bit of an advanced connection to the mysterious, meaningful coincidence aspect, or which you may describe as synchronous aspect of this reality. This is a possibility. If you make ground on understanding the whys and hows of the most complicated aspects of human behavior, which is really humans' unpredictability, and if you mentally map out what would be necessary for mankind to make strides in quality of life, the master architect, creator, whichever governing title you like to give to God, will observe what you're doing and then create additional special challenges for you. This may be part and parcel of an initiation process for the individual to achieve higher aspects of understanding and or impact in his or her local reality. And so this could be shortened to state that if you pay attention and think in certain peculiar ways, unsettling life challenges with associated synchronicities will emerge. However, by choosing to ignore your survival instinct, in this case, not voting for Tuesday's election or voting for the Democrat candidate who will use the censoring media apparatus to prevent new ideas from entering the forum and go after political opponents and allow floods of migrants to change cost of living within the country. Giving into that force that goes against self-preservation will also lead to significant challenges. That pathway, which I consider the lazy pathway, the dark side, tests your allegiance to Satan and then rewards you with the consequences of that allegiance, which is the cause and an effect of death and suffering. Whereas the light path, the path of self-preservation, when done very well, still results in challenges, just not from the effects of not doing the basics, such as electing a government to protect your borders, ensure your businesses have an environment where they can thrive. Instead, these challenges are synchronistically placed and each seem to carry a heavy meaning and a potential subtle reward that helps you in understanding life's meaning or overcoming a very specific challenge that wouldn't ordinarily be overcome. So my message to Matt, in comments I said, Matt, I understand the madness is maddening, but it still punishes you for not paying attention to important clues. The Kamala candidate is vacant and supports the UN One World Gov takeover as well as communitarianism. More suffering, an amount defined by the depth of the state's psychopathy and the severity of the public's transgression in its decision-making, will come if we do not elect Donny Boy T. Please vote Matt. So my message to Matt is even the astute, the wise who do not give in to reality's tricks will still suffer the collective consequences of the collective actions of the foolish and sociopaths. If you think I'm far off here, please let me know in the comments below.